Imagine you wake up and you're caked up. Your friends got their handouts, cause you the oven baker. Betty Crocker meets Aunt Jemima without the head wrap. Disrespect, it's a rap. Get your head tapped with the Chinese acupressure. Meet Jamaica from Ocho Rios to Cuatro Cinco. I'm a staker. It's only right I invest in Hex. I got the voodoo in my DNA cause my bloodline royal. What? Every man, woman, and child leaves the toilet bowl soiled. I live my life to the fullest before I return to the soil. And y'all spoiled. Bigger than you fire intros to my videos. Who know how high the price of Hex can go? Real high. You know we hit the mainstream when you see Redman and Method Man with Richard Hart in the video. Indeed. The white moon boots tells the truth, and the blockchain serves as proof. If you have a missing tooth, you good, as long as you can take care of the youth. Not many will understand, it's only a few. And if you still don't understand it, it wasn't meant for you. Not meant for you. And shout out to the Anunnaki. I'm sipping hot sake, wondering why I never liked watching hockey. Maybe it's cause I'm Haitian, cause of soccer. I don't like when people speak cocky, not really. Or caca. I used to drink the Goya Malta, crush the yerba in a spliff, puffin' lala. Off the coast of Labadee, sandy beach. It's magic in your face, voila, voila. It's magical, nigga.
If you owe me, pay me in gold, not interested in your checks. Better yet, you better invest and pay me in Hex. I'm a threat to those bounded by illusion of religion. My intention is always pure, that's why it's good energy when I mention financial freedom. The aim, picture hitting your target daily. Must be crazy, you not getting my services unless you pay me. Your paper short like the twi, mine longer than Sooty people. Black Beatles, my garments iron thoroughly, free of wrinkles. My philosophy trumps hypocrisy, divinely guided astrology. The star in the tarot deck, Aquarian born, so they honor me. My cup flooded with riches, you fall in love with these bitches. For social media pictures, I'm in the booth spitting scriptures. Account flooded with Hex, 2 queens when I'm having sex. Like I've been said, I'm the best, I'm truly different from the rest. Getting downloads when I sleep, my astral projections is deep. And the tree I used to smoke was so strong that it used to reap, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder, from the Crypto Wonder podcast. Hope you're doing well. And let's get right into it. So, man, there's so much going on out here as far as crypto. So much. And I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman right now. It's kind of crazy. Now, where do I start? I'm still bullish, people. Like, we're one day closer to the next all-time high for Hex. One day closer for the Pulsechain mainnet launch and Pulsex. I'm still bullish. I'm bullish more today than I was yesterday, the day before that, since the announcement of the Pulsechain sacrifice. Every day that goes by, I get more and more bullish. That's me. I don't say these things so that you can get bullish or to influence you or to make you do what I'm doing. I'm just sharing how I feel. Like, each day that goes by, we are closer to reaching that point of busting off, to reaching that point of no return. That's my truth. It's my life, not yours. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stumbles. It's my life, not yours. Shout out to Stumbles. Now, so many things, like I said in my previous thing, there's another community that's trying to fork Ethereum. Well, in addition to forking Ethereum, they're promising to also drop the air drizzies on everybody who has ERC20 tokens. Free, for free, airdrops. That's another opportunity for end users like you and I, if you're an end user, to receive nothing but air drizzies from the intangible sky, landing in our intangible wallets. That hopefully you, because I know what I got, that you own your private keys to. Not some strange exchange or third party or some go-between intermediary, right? Whatever. That actually, the fact that you have another community that's talking about forking Ethereum, that actually made me more bullish for Pulsechain. Especially after hearing how they're not going to proof of stake. They're just forking Ethereum to continue on proof of work, using their miners, right, to utilize the blockchain. It's just going to stay on that algorithm, proof of work. Completely, even more bullish for Pulsechain. I'm even more. Like, that just magnified my anticipation. I'm telling you. You know? And these are incredible times that we're living in right now. Like, seriously, you really, like, with all of the craziness going on in the world, you watching certain things unfold in this asset class that I know no other community outside of crypto can understand. And even there's communities in crypto can't even understand what this community is doing and is experiencing. You have infighting going between those who have meme coin projects and those who have projects that seem like they're helping the Hex ecosystem. Money, 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 money. Like, and who's staker class benefiting, and users benefiting, left and right. There's a bunch of different things going on within the community. Opportunity to hold on to our seats. Everything going on right now. Everything going on right now on this chain will be copied over to Pulse when Pulse comes out. Listen, man, y'all, a lot of y'all, and I get it. I get the wait is difficult. Waiting, I don't see, I don't have a reason to doubt. I just don't. I don't have it. I don't have a reason to doubt the fact that these things are going to come out. I don't care what the views have been in the world, as far as like opposing views. Doesn't matter to me. Pulsechain, Pulsex, testnets are up. A lot have been up for all of this year up to this point. You could play with your own coins, see how things work, get familiar. Because what's going to happen is, when it finally does launch, people who've been in the community are going to lose their wits. Not all. But people are going to be like, oh my, for real. And again, I'm not in it for a quick pump and dump, like a project I've seen since come out and just pumped and dumped. I'm not in it for that. Pump and dumps. There's many that do that. I'm not. No. We know this is a marathon, right? Long term. Who won the race between the turtle and the hare? The turtle. Long term. Slow nickel beats a fast dime. But people got their short term interests in between too. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having micro opportunities in between you finishing the distance, the long distance, because it's that long distance that's going to provide those thousands and thousands of X gains. That is wonderful. You need a hustle in between. Get your hustle on, whether it's working, getting your business right. You got your entrepreneurial hustle spirit enlivened and the passion unbridled in between. While Pulsechain Hex is still here. Hex is doing what it's doing. Ain't going nowhere. You still waiting for Pulsechain and Pulsex? Beautiful thing. Get your hustle on. Get your work together. Your energy. Use that time, this time, right? To be creative in how you generate this baseless fiat so you could transfer that energy to where it counts. That's going to help multiply on your behalf while you sleep. To where it counts, though. Where it counts. But see, I'm not trying to advise you on anything. I'm trying to provide education in a sense. In a sense. Hustle out here in the real world. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not, hey, entrepreneurial, you got to work, you have to grind, you have a small business, you have an online business, you got things going on in crypto outside of whatever that you trust to get your weight up so you could transfer that energy and apply it to where it needs to be so that you can generate real wealth long term for you, your loved ones, and your family and community. More power to you. I'm not going to judge a person who still wants to work, who has to work, not even wants to, but has to, because I do. I do. You have to live in between now and, when we have these long-term plans. But I am insanely bullish for Pulsechain and Pulsex. My bullishness already went through the next galaxy with Hex. You know what I'm saying? Like that's there. And look at what's happening, folks. With these talks of these chains, these forks, automatically, that's just right there. Copies that we're getting. If you sold everything, you have no chance of getting any copy of anything. But when you hold on, Pulsechain hasn't even materialized yet. There's another community talking about forking and bringing another copy. What do you think that's going to do for end users like you and I, for stakers? What do you think that's going to do? What do you think? Multiply our blessings exponentially, because that's just what we're hearing now. We don't know what the future years will bring with future forks. Insane. Insane to think about what's going on here. And some of these other projects that are coming along that are pretty much sort of like propping up Hex, working with Hex, pushing the Hex price and expanding the ecosystem as well, exponential upon exponential times infinity opportunities. You cannot front on, I don't care. Look, I don't like to think about negativity, misery, and worry. My thing is just listen, right? This is bright right here. Bright days are coming. Opportunity are coming. Why do you think, again, and this is going to be how it's going to come out, is going to come out this way. Why do you think there are 120 projects waiting to come out on Pulsechain? 120 on deck right now, ready to come out. Not talking about whatever else is in the works that we don't know about and will soon know about. There's a listing and everything, right? I'm not saying they're all legit. I'm not. I'm telling you, the anticipation of something coming out is so real. It's what it is. because it's never been done before. Magnificent times. Now, we're going to switch speeds a little bit. We're going to switch speeds just a little bit. Because I'm thinking about changing this channel. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say changing the channel, one example I'm talking about is removing the term podcast from the title of this channel, right? Just say the Crypto Wonder, whatever, without the podcast, right? Because I've been using the podcast for the term for, a couple years, and sometimes I think change is good moving forward. But I also, every now and then, I think about things that I feel like I need to share with the community that I listen to, which I value my community, my viewers, right? Period. I value my viewers, my supporters, the audience. I do this for you guys and gals. I do this for all y'all. Sometimes I feel like stepping outside of crypto and speaking about real life stuff, which I have. But in this case, this is going to be like sort of special. I'm thinking about certain things I might present that I don't know if I should just keep it on this channel. It might go, maybe create a membership. I don't know. Because there's certain things I feel like I need to share that many people could possibly benefit. And it's life situations, right? Especially dealing with things like, I'm going to give you an example. Let's get right into it right now. And I protect the identities of people because people don't know, and they haven't given me permission, in a sense, to disclose their information, right? So we have one person. His name is Mr. Pimple Bus. Mr. Pimple Bus is accompanied by 3 other individuals. Scarnivar, Juniper, and Hibiscus. Okay. Mr. Pimple Bus finds himself in a bit of a quandary because Mr. Pimple Bus loves Scarnivar, Juniper, and Hibiscus. Right? But he's moving in a certain way, like a master. Now, let me just preface this by saying, too, this ain't about me. I'm in a committed union with my lovely wife, who I'm still in love with, who I love with all my heart. So this has nothing to do with me. Let's be clear. Seriously. I speak about that woman in my music. I love her. This has nothing to do with me. I'm sharing an instance where we're going to learn vicariously through this experience of external individuals, and I'm going to ask you a question at the end. Mr. Pimple Bus deals with all 3. Mr. Pimple Bus actually has an affinity for all 3. But the 3 of them bring different things to the table. The 3 of them sort of like bring a third or 33% of what he feels like he would need in one person but can't find in one. Right? Juniper Valley is the hot, sensational, passionate, fiery one. Hibiscus is
sort of like the driven, motivated, got the drive to succeed. And Skarnavar is sort of like the wise one. He's having a hard time making a decision on who to go with. Meanwhile, for all of us, we know that we're not destined to be here forever. In some cases, to even have the option to have 3 to 1, you know how many people wish they could have that kind of option where they could just choose one and then go on with their life? This person doesn't see what he has, right? That's neither here nor there. Pimple Bus prides himself on being the master of his own destiny in a sense, but fails sometimes to understand that in order to be the master of destiny, you also have to know how to be a student of life. Because Mr. Pimple Bus constantly finds himself being in positions with these 3 individuals where he can't say no. So anytime they pull his strings, he goes running to them. Anytime they pull their strings, he goes running to them. And when he can't go to you, of course, you can't be in 3 places at once. So when you're with one, 2 have to suffer. So he has to deal with those levels of damage control while he's still dealing with that one. Okay? Now, when it's all said and done, he finds himself thinking, well, how long can he deal with this? Not me. How long can he deal with this? And the reason why I know about these things is because these are some of the things that people confide in me. You know, they speak to me about certain things. I'm not trying to, But the thing that I found interesting was the wise one, Skarnavar, is stable. Skarnavar has a career. Skarnavar has a home. Skarnavar also has plans to unite with him and live happily ever after. But Skarnavar lives far away. Juniper Valley regards Pimple Bus as the Bonnie and Clyde type nature of their relationship. Bonnie and Clyde. They'll go out blazing. Go to the world, do whatever. Do everything. If it were up to him, he would want to do everything with her. But it doesn't happen that way for him because she's also tied up in a situation. And Hibiscus, the go-getter, the one that's motivated and driven, has some issues that she deal with that he's been the only person so far in her life that has been patient to deal with her issues. Like real life stuff. So now, his latest situation, well, I should go back to the beginning, but I can't right now. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what these hexcapades are going to sound like. Right? But you got 4 individuals, 1 man dealing with 3 women. The man may seem like he's proud because he got 3 joints to deal with. 3 joints meaning women. I'm not trying to be demeaning for those of you who are, very sensitive about certain terminology and stuff. No, we keeping it real clear. We're adults here. He may feel very proud, but in many cases, those 3 women also turn the tables on him and makes him feel minuscule. But in his head, he's thinking he's playing a masterclass in chess. Meanwhile, I could see how this is also draining him, because how can you can't expect to give your all 3 different ways and not be completely exhausted, right? Right. Scarnivar lives far away. Juniper Valley and Hibiscus live relatively close. But it's Scarnivar that's bringing the full package. The other 2, Juniper Valley, is already in a situation. But that's the one who gives him that fire and that will to really, like, again, Bonnie and Clyde, to rip through life, right? The third one, Hibiscus, it's like, okay, Hibiscus is driven too, has a hustler mentality. But Hibiscus wants things of a man that may be too unrealistic. But he still finds himself in a position where he can't say no. So what does he do? Find out on the next episode of Hexcapades.